You could be in a dollar store, a pharmacy, or maybe you just wandered a little too far from the vegetable aisle and someone's gonna be trying to sell you an RGB keyboard or a gaming headset. And it turns out that even hardware stores these days have a pretty decent selection once you sift through all the cordless drills and lumber. So, if you're a father whose family was brainwashed by Big Power Tool into believing you wanted one of these for your last birthday, you might have some unused store credit to spend on a different kind of hardware. Which raises the question, what can you get from the local Home Desperate, or its online counterpart, to trick out your gaming setup? A lot, it turns out, if you're inventive. Inventive, like this totally original segue to our sponsor.
Ridge. They've recently launched some out-of-this-world NASA-branded wallets and key cases. One of the designs even glows in the dark. Can you do that? Check them out using the link in the description.
The most obvious PC-related items that you might expect to find are gonna be desks and chairs, and you won't be disappointed. That is, unless you look a little closelier. They sell many different combos for one convenient price, like this 48-inch black computer desk and black plus pink massage recliner chair, but, well, there's no charitable way to put this, I'm afraid. So, yeah. These combos from Costway are seemingly all rebrands of Alibaba specials with gimmicks like headrest speakers and LED piping accents. Womp womp. Let's take a look at it. Oh, wow, I mean, that's kind of cool, but the fact that they edited out the brand name on the website is kind of telling. I was gonna say it looks rather okay, although it's a bit on kind of the smaller side compared to what you might think from the pictures. But then I touched it. It's not really an added desk style chair. You can't even shove it around, but ooh, it's powered. All right, what are we looking at here? Oop. Oh my God. It vibrates. I can't really tell what the plus minus buttons are supposed to be doing, or the up arrow. It just stopped. Oh, it's different kinds of pulses. So yeah, the massage feature is kind of great as a marketing gimmick, but the massagers, or I mean vibrators realistically, are only in the lumbar pillow here, which conveniently is impossible to reposition or remove. So in summary, if you're in the market for a massage chair that includes back pain as a feature, Gymax has got you covered. The really bizarre part though is even if the manufacturer doesn't know, Home Depot should know that this isn't a desk chair.
It gets worse, as it says on the script here.
Don't let the faux carbon fiber fool you here, folks. Oh no! This desk makes the chair look strong and competent by comparison. Oh wow. Okay, the cup holder and, headphone mount. Kind of nice touches. But other than that, my friends, oh wow. We're looking at a pile of hollow metal and MDF that is held together with nothing more than poorly threaded hex screws and hope. And once again, there's more wrong with it than just the build quality. Like, look at the depth of this monitor shelf. How am I supposed to put any modern display on this thing?
Do you want to know what we paid for it?
Oh God, I guess.
The desk and the chair are currently $320 US.
That is far more than I would pay for those.
And we had to pay somebody to drive down to the United States to grab it and bring it back up. And we had to pay for gas.
To match the look, we've gone with the Apex Pro skeleton carbon fiber case from Alphacool that feels really bad. Or rather, the case itself feels great. It's carbon fiber and machined aluminum, but after Alphacool generously provided it for the video, it feels insulting to them to pair it with this awful desk. The last major issue is that the desk and the chair are at two completely different heights. So you'll either need to lift your chair, which I remind you, came with the desk, up to match the height, or you'll have to lower your desk somehow, maybe with a hacksaw from the Home Depot. Or what about this nifty aftermarket keyboard tray? Due to the cross brace that supports the top of the desk, which I was kind of surprised to see. We had to use some scrap pieces of wood to mount it, but with this attached and this LED desk mat to hide the spot where we accidentally drilled a little bit too far into the MDF, we can now use our keyboard at a much more reasonable height. Adjustable height. Oh, what keyboard, you ask? Originally, we'd tried to get our hands on one of the mechanical keyboards that's listed on the Home Depot website, but they didn't seem to have any in stock when we went to make the purchase. So instead, oh, thank you, we got this iLive 3-in-1 pack with a keyboard, mouse, and headset. You like 3D games? Well, how do you like 6D games? Before we power everything up, I assume this power strip came from the Home Depot?
Yes, it's even their commercial electric brand. This is one of the things I actually would trust from what we purchased.
I assume we chose this particular one for its RGB effect? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, sure, that's kind of cool. Well, it's got the little keyhole mounting thing, so it'll be compatible with our cable management from lttstore.com. So yeah, you just unscrew it, and then you've got this weird flared thing at the top here. So you stick that into the keyhole, slide it in, and then you just twist. And that's it. Once I'm in this setup, man, my back hurts.
Yep.
Like already.
Yep.
I'm shocked. Like I have spent extended periods of time sitting on a wooden box or on a bucket for shoots. And I don't think I've experienced this kind of like sharp back pain. Who knows though, maybe the quality of these peripherals will make up for it. Oh wow, this mouse is terrible. I don't even have to whip it that hard to completely lose tracking. Oh my God, I suck. I can't hit anything. You guys have seen me play FPS before. I'm not this bad. I swear it to you. Probably the most interesting thing about the peripherals is none of what I've talked about so far. But rather, when we look at them in USB device tree viewer, we can see that, and this was for the keyboard, right?
Yes.
It was made at least in part by Wuxi Semico, a brand that appears to be a subsidiary of CR Micro, a company that is primarily owned by the government of China. I guess CCP officials really like drum and bass, or at least half of it. I don't know about drum, they've got a lot of bass.
To their social credit, they are pretty comfortable for a pair of really, really cheap headphones. We did buy another pair of headphones that just were the worst feeling. So we went with these, but actually, you want to try that second pair of headphones?
Sure.
We don't have to talk about it at all past the feeling of it, but.
Oh, they're on ears. Whoa! Oh! Saved it. The good news is, even if we had broken this monitor, we had the solution ready to go, because frankly, the ergonomics were not great the way it was. That's why we picked up this ProMounts Monitor Arm. Wow, I just about hit myself in the face with it because I was expecting it to be a lot heavier. To its credit, it's pretty easy to set up and has reasonable cable routing built into it and supports monitors up to 32 inches and 17 pounds, which should be perfect for this 27-inch Sansui monitor. It's only 1080p, which is not great considering the price, but it has a 100 hertz refresh rate, which also isn't great considering the price. Tanner, what is the price?
We paid $230 for it, but if we had bought it on Amazon, it would have been $100.
Cool. Also, I couldn't help noticing that there's a bit of leverage on that.
Yeah, I'm afraid to let go. This actually might be a good time to introduce the speakers, because the speakers have a nice little feature where they will help keep this up.
Are they a counterweight?
Not so much a counterweight as it is a load-bearing cardboard box. If we can just fit it in there. It doesn't quite fit. I need shims. Should be able to just fit in there.
Okay. Am I the only one confused by this? First things first, the volume control is on the subwoofer, which is not normal. And then second of all, these speakers fire backwards.
That is correct, yes.
No, that's not correct.
But the RGB's on the front.
The only difference that I can detect from turning the bass knob all the way left and all the way right is that this box vibrates more or less. This is as loud as they get. I have it maxed, both on the speakers and in Windows.
It sounds so much better over here than it does over there.
It almost gives it a sense of like spatialness though. No, I mean, there's no accuracy to it obviously, but it, you know, kind of sounds like it's all around you because that's where it is instead of pointing at you. So this monitor claims 72% coverage of the NTSC color gamut. That checks out. I don't remember the last time I saw a modern monitor that was this unsaturated, especially an IPS panel. And 100 Hertz is definitely better than 60 Hertz. At a low enough price, I could see this monitor being a pretty okay choice. At $220, it's horrible. The mouse is bothering me a little less.
Oh, if that's bothering you, you should try out this.
Oh, the Goalmu tree. Wearable pointing device mouse. Okay, hold on a second. What? Home Depot carries this? After pairing to the Goalmu mouse YAM, I am treated to this little, what are these called again? Infrared trackers or something like that? I forget how these work.
I've always referred to them just as BlackBerry trackpads.
I mean, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, you got a little trackpad thing here, and then you got some buttons, I guess, for like web browsing?
Web browsing or just general mouse features. I mean, you've got right click, middle click, scroll up, scroll down.
Yeah, this is pretty usable. Can I game with it though? Oh yeah, here we go, let's go, eat it. For all its imperfections, we did have some difficulty pairing it to a new device. When it was in range of the old one, it would just automatically connect every time with no obvious way to repair it to something new. This is not nearly as crud as pretty much everything else that we've touched today. I would say this is pretty usable if you had a situation that merited it. This is not one of them. You know, it's a funny thing how each individual piece of this is functionally manufactured garbage, and yet when you put the whole thing together, you almost end up with a whole that's greater than the sum of its parts. It's kind of like a jury-rigged scorpion chair. Maybe we should do a repeat of that experiment where we have someone use it for a month. Odds are they'd need a better webcam and, oh yeah, he's way ahead of me. And wow, Monster Cable still exists? 4K 60 FPS for gaming, streaming, vlogging, and social media? This packaging is writing some checks that I sincerely doubt that this webcam is gonna be able to cash. You know, when your brand was already built on bilking people out of way more money than your product's worth, it's kind of impressive when you can take it to another level like this. How is this managing to be out of focus right now? And it's about to get better because I have the Audio-Technica ATG M1-USB. Sure, it's not the best mic that you can get, and not even the best mic that you can get for $50, but I expect it to be a lot better than any of the other mics connected to this system. Tanner, would you mind? Let's get our game on. Gamers? Oh, that is permanently destroyed. Huh. Well, I take back everything nice I ever said about the mount it. There's no obvious other place to grab onto to adjust it. Like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to grab this. And
Narrator
this is just
dialog, subtract, add, subtract, narrator window heading level, sketch.
I don't think the computer likes when you do that.
So this is MDF, and these are just little posts that are embedded in it, and it ripped apart. I was gonna try to game on this some more, but I think I'm done. Other than telling you about our sponsor.
Squarespace. You know, back in the olden days, people had to talk to each other to distribute information, or so I hear. Now, you can just have a website. With Squarespace, you can get your own site up and running in no time thanks to their intuitive, user-friendly interface, and you don't need to be a graphic designer to get started. Their Fluid Engine site builder has tons of pre-crafted templates and uses drag and drop elements, meaning no coding is required. Their asset library will help you manage all your files from one central hub and then across the whole Squarespace platform. And with advanced analytic insights, you can see what's working well and what needs a little bit of touching up. But if you still need more help, Squarespace's support team and online guides and resources are there to lend a hand. So spin up your own website today by going to squarespace.com/LTT and get 10% off today.
I can't believe that just ripped off.
Yeah.
I feel ripped off. If you guys enjoyed this video but wouldn't mind seeing something a bit more quality, why don't you check out the cutest PC setup? It was so cute.